What's the crack, you guys? Let me talk to you, and welcome to the Money in the Bank review video. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, Aiden, it's like 2 weeks out of date. Money in the Bank was the 6th of July. It's now the 20th of July. I apologise. I know I put a poll up, or not a poll, a post up a couple of days ago saying I would have the review video out soon. I just have had no time the past 2 weeks. I've had work, spend time with family matters, and I've also got really good news. Passed my driving test, so I did, so that's also going to be good. But yes, the Money in the Bank review video, I said I was going to bring it out this week, and I don't ever like to disappoint you. So this is the Money in the Bank review video. I'm going to try and keep my review short because I also want to cram in Raw's review and SmackDown's review, last night episode of SmackDown's review, into this video. Might not be able to, but anyways, let's get to it. So Money in the Bank review. So the first match we'll be reviewing is the 6-man tag match, the street fight match between the Bloodline, Solo's Bloodline 2.0 versus Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton and Kevin Owens at Money in the Bank. Now, this match was an absolute brawl. It was an absolute death fight. It was amazing. Honestly, it was amazing. And to cut it short, obviously, like every single one of these matches, what I would like to say is just simply a few words. The right people won in this match. I'd said in my predictions video that I believed the Bloodline winning was the right move, and I do believe it was the right move because something very unique happened in this match, something we don't get to see often, and that was that Solo pinned Cody Rhodes. He pinned him to win the match, and that could be a way of trying to signal to Roman Reigns, because last couple of weeks, now we know that there's reports that Roman Reigns is going to return at SummerSlam. I hope he does, which would actually mark a historic fact, and I'll talk about that in a second. But the fact that Solo pinned Cody Rhodes, it's kind of elevating this whole storyline between Solo and Roman Reigns when he comes back, because then Solo can brag to Roman Reigns saying, I'm the real tribal chief, look what I did while you were away, I pinned Cody Rhodes, which you couldn't. Because the last couple of weeks, Solo's been making this point that he's the tribal chief, he's in this position now because Roman Reigns wasn't man enough to defeat Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. So this, honestly, they're heating up this feud by having these three go after them. Another interesting thing I've been seeing since Money in the Bank is Randy Orton, Cody Rhodes, a feud possibly getting more and more likely down the line. Randy Orton saying, right, once I'm back, I will defend you against whatever and whoever challenges. But the thing is, Randy Orton, he might be able to defend Cody Rhodes against other challengers, but will he defend Cody Rhodes against himself? Because Randy Orton, we all know that heel turn's coming down the line. Cody will have to face him at some point. We don't know when or where it's coming down the line. But yes, this match was all it needed to be. It was amazing. It was brutal. Jacob Fatu is an absolute freaking monster. He's a beast. He is, honestly, he's literally Solo Sikoa of the Bloodline before the 2.01. Honestly, Roman's Bloodline, he is Solo Sikoa. He is the enforcer of this new Bloodline. So that was amazing. The right people won the match. And it's honestly, it's to further strengthen this new Bloodline, to make them even more of a threat than they really are. Honestly, so WWE, great call doing that. So the next match we're going to be reviewing is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. And just to cut straight to the point, the right person won. I was saying it since day one, Tiffany Stratton. She's the right woman to win this match because of the already heat that she gets from the crowd, her heel persona, and the fact that she had that promo with Bayley, I think it was a week ago. And honestly, I think there could be a feud down the line where Bayley's facing someone else in the women's division. Tiffany's music hits, she comes out and she cashes in. Honestly, it would become quite personal between Bayley and Tiffany Stratton. So the right person won this match. So I agree with that. So yes, Tiffany Stratton, with her star power, continued to elevate her and put her up to that position where she needs to be. Next match we'll be reviewing is the World Heavyweight Championship match between Damian Priest and Seth freaking Rollins. Now, a lot of people don't like this match, and they haven't liked it since Money in the Bank. And the reason why is this. WWE, in many ways, the way some people look at it, sacrificed an entire men's Money in the Bank ladder match to further the feud between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. So Drew McIntyre won the briefcase, well deserved, But WWE had him cash in the same night, and he failed. And it wasn't just the fact, it wasn't just a simple cash in and fail. It was the fact that they put it on him to further that rivalry between him and Punk. And so a lot of people since then have been thinking to themselves, well, you know, the Money in the Bank just got buried. The briefcase just got buried because it was used in, you know, to further a rivalry. Now, honestly, I'm not going to complain. Punk versus McIntyre is cooking. Their feud is cooking. And they're hopefully going to go one-on-one at SummerSlam with, I hear reports, my girlfriend heard that the report last night, Seth Rollins will be the guest referee for the match. The question is, who's he going to screw? Who's he going to screw in that match? Is he going to screw Punk, who he hates downright? Or is he going to... Probably. Is he going to screw Punk, who he hates downright and doesn't believe he should be in that match? Or is he going to screw McIntyre, who he also has history with? You see, it's a very hard... Well, we don't know about that, to be honest with you. The thing is, you know, CM Punk, there's more of a likelihood that he's going to screw CM Punk. I'm not too sure, though. But then, I don't know if that would turn Seth heel or not. But look, anyways, back to the match. Damian Priest retained his championship. Judgment Day were nowhere to be found, so I was wrong about that. Finn did not come out and distract Damian Priest, but there is still a wee bit of dissension between Finn and Priest and the Judgment Day, especially the fact now that Mammy is back, which I'll get to in a minute. Honestly, gosh, Dom, you're in trouble, mate. You're in trouble. And Liv Morgan, you better run for the hills. Mammy's back. But anyways, no. The controversial part in this match that people don't like is not just the Money in the Bank intervention. It's also the fact that people do not believe that Damian should have retained the championship here. Because there was a part in the match where Seth had Damian's shoulders. He was pinning Damian, and he had Damian's shoulders actually down, so he should have won the match. Or maybe they were up, I can't remember. But anyways, basically, they were a bit annoyed with the ending. But anyways, Damian Priest continues his reign as World Heavyweight Champion. And that's actually what I kind of wanted in this match. Because I thought to myself, you know, Seth Rollins, he's my guy, he is. But do I really want him to win over Damian Priest? Because the thing is, Seth Rollins already had a really, really good championship run between May last year and May this year. Or April this year. He had a really good championship run. He made that championship the Workhorse Championship. As much as I'd love to see Seth Rollins win World Championship or WWE Championship gold down the line, he doesn't need to right now. He's Seth freaking Rollins. He needs a bit of a break. Give Damian Priest the spotlight. Allow him to continue to cook this championship reign. So yes, the right person won this match. Damian Priest is still your champion. The next match is Intercontinental Champion Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. This match is all it needed to be, and I remember the Raw after Money in the Bank, Braun Breaker actually bulldozed over Sami Zayn. He actually assaulted him after. So to be honest with you, I think it's just the way that they're cooking this is they're just going to keep on building this jealousy and this envy inside Braun Breaker. The fact that he got defeated by Sami Zayn. The thing is though, whenever I heard that this match was being announced, I thought to myself, Braun's not winning this match. And he's not winning this match because he's only fresh onto the roster. And you're already putting him in a championship match against Sami Zayn, who's only fresh off of winning it at WrestleMania. Like, what sense does that make? So, honestly, obviously, Braun didn't win this match. But that doesn't mean to say he can't still win this match. I think if they give him another championship match down the line, let this feud cook a wee bit, let the feud actually cook. The problem with WWE sometimes these days is they're not letting feuds actually come together properly, actually cook. They're not letting them cook properly. And because they're not letting them cook properly, we end up getting championship matches or matches in general that just have been built over like 2 weeks or a month. And I'm thinking to myself, Triple H, come on, you can do better, son. But yes, Sami Zayn winning this match, retaining the championship is the right move. It is the right move. Braun Breaker's still fresh off from NXT. He needs a bit more to boost him up the ranks. So yeah, Sami Zayn retaining the championship is what we needed to happen. And of course, the last match of the night, the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now, as I've already said, this Money in the Bank ladder match had a lot of good competitors in it, but it really only had a couple of real winners. Like, if I'm looking down the list of possible people who could have won this match, you got guys like McIntyre, LA Knight, Jey Uso, Carmelo Hayes, Chad Gable, Andrade. You got guys like those, and I'm thinking to myself, there's about 3 of those people in that match. Like, I even said it in my predictions video. There's 3 people in that match that are going to get screwed. You got LA Knight, who he beat Logan Paul on SmackDown to be in that match. Logan Paul could come out and screw him. You got Jey Uso, who the Bloodline could screw. Well, the Bloodline's not really involved with him at the minute, but it could be down the line. You know, you got Chad Gable, who the Wyatt Six could appear and screw them. By the way, I must say, because this is a review video, I'm going to tell you how I felt. I think the Money in the Bank match was a bit of a missed opportunity. A missed opportunity to display how the Wyatt Six really have control. Like, yes, they're on the main roster. They've only been fresh for a couple of weeks. But WWE, you could have had them screw Chad Gable. You could have had them come into the match, screw Chad Gable, take him out of the match, have him all bloodied, and you know he could be standing in the middle of the ring, about to grab the briefcase, and then the Wyatt Six come out and take him off the ladder. You know, he disappears or something like that. You could have had something like that. You could have had Logan Paul come out and try and interrupt LA Knight. The Bloodline interfering for Jey, so was a bit of like a, you know, because you just never knew. Like, I think it's a bit too early to say that yet. But Drew McIntyre ended up winning the match, and we were kind of thinking, you know, we kind of already knew that this was going to tie into Punk versus McIntyre, but we didn't really know how. We were kind of thinking, well, you know, will he cash in down the line and Punk will screw him over, or will he cash in down the line, successfully become World Heavyweight Champion, and then Punk takes it off him at SummerSlam? But WWE decided to rush things and go with having Drew McIntyre fail to cash in that night because of CM Punk. And we already saw the face on Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins came out in the corner, he was just like, you absolutely, I'm not going to say it, but he was fuming. He was absolutely fuming that CM Punk had done that. Honestly, he was fuming. And they had actually a promo, the Raw, after that, discussing how CM Punk had screwed him. So, honest to gosh, I see a feud coming down the line between them. Because, honestly, if you remember when CM Punk first came back to the WWE in November last year, the original plan was to have Seth versus Punk at WrestleMania for the World Heavyweight Championship, but then obviously Punk got injured, and then Drew McIntyre won Elimination Chamber. So technically, it was always meant to be Seth versus Punk, but Drew McIntyre versus Punk is cooking, and it has been cooking for a very long time. So keep it up, honestly. Drew McIntyre's putting up the best work that he's ever put up. He's wrecking sets after matches. He's wrecking the whole arena. He's getting fined by Adam Pearce, suspended. He's shouting, he's swearing at Adam Pearce. You know, even Wade Barrett's having to get in there to split them up. But anyways, guys, that was Money in the Bank. Honestly, I would give it a 9 out of 10. It was amazing. It was honestly brutal. The 6-man tag team match was brutal. Women's Money in the Bank match delivered. Right person to win it. And all the other championship matches. Bit of a botch with the World Heavyweight Championship match. And obviously, Braun Breaker not becoming IC champion is the right move. But anyways, guys, that was your Money in the Bank review video. I will be back in a second with the Money in the Bank. I'll be back in a second with the Raw review video, because I'm going to try and cram all of them into one video here so I don't get left behind. So yes, Raw review coming in just a second. So guys, I'm back now for the Raw review, which was this week's Raw. And basically, we had a number of good factors that happened on Raw. We had things like, Braun Breaker disrupting a vital Intercontinental Championship match between Sami Zayn and Eli Dragunov. It's obvious there's very much unfinished work here between Sami and Braun. So I'd like to see where that feud picks up down the line. Honestly, that's what I was talking about, my Money in the Bank review part of this video, where I said about, I want to see the jealousy and the envy and the anger build up in Braun Breaker, just to make him more of a beast and make him more of a force to be reckoned with. Then you had segments such as, the Wyatt Six saving Bo Dallas, who came out. Now, obviously, we didn't see much of Bo Dallas's promo or whatever he did when he came out, because all we seen was the fact that, the Creed brothers and Chad Gable are now seemingly in cahoots, which we kind of already knew they were, because honestly, the Creed brothers have kind of already, been similar to Chad Gable for a while now, and the fact that Alpha Academy have kind of just completely turned their back on him, with all good reasons. Like, the Creed brothers are suitable replacements for them because of their history and, the Olympics. So, that was a really good segment, the Wyatt Six saving Bo Dallas from Chad Gable. And I really think it is to do with the fact a lot of people are still confused why, the Wyatt Six would be going after Chad Gable. I think it really is to do with the fact that Chad Gable turn his back on his family, and because the promos we've been seeing from the Wyatt Six as well as Bo Dallas, they feel like the WWE have turned their backs on the Wyatt Six. Like, we've heard from Rowan, we've heard from Bo Dallas himself, like, he's saying in his promos that he set them free. He's saying in his promos that the Wyatt Six made Raw, made the WWE see them, made the WWE believe. And honestly, it's quite freaky. It really is. So it kind of seems to me like they're going after Chad Gable because he turned his back on his family, and that's what Bo Dallas and the Wyatt Six feel that the WWE have done to them. So that was a really, really good segment. We had Jey Uso defeating Dominic Mysterio. I think that was all to do with the fact that Liv Morgan came out. And
I came up on my Instagram that Rhea Ripley has his phone number.
Oh, wonderful. So Dominic got defeated by Jey Uso, who Jey Uso seems to be having a wee bit of a simp towards Mammy. We're about to see about that. He seems to be going after Mammy, because I remember that very funny scene on Raw where he goes into the backstage area to where Damian Priest is, and he goes, is it true, is it true, is it true? And Damian's like, what? And then Uso's like, is it true that Mammy is single and ready to mingle? So honest to goodness, WWE's cooking with this. Honestly, Jey Uso versus Dirty Dom coming up soon. Honestly, it's going to come up soon, like a rivalry to see who gets Mammy. But then, to be honest with you, I do hear some reports that quite possibly Dominic Mysterio could turn on Rhea Ripley at SummerSlam. He could do that. So that was that. Then we had a really good epic kind of video promo package by Rowan, who's in the Wyatt Six, discussing his recent losses, discussing matches. He's part of the Wyatt Six, discussing his match losses, discussing Bray Wyatt, discussing all this stuff. And honest to gosh, the Wyatt Six is cooking with this. It's not. I love what WWE's doing with this group. That they're not just portraying them as freaks behind a mask or stupid masks. They're portraying them as actual people behind. Like, it's not like we've seen with The Fiend or other characters where they're simply just a demon and that's it. We see who these people are behind the mask and why they are the way they are, why they've become the way they become. And what we've heard from Bo Dallas, Uncle Howdy, and Rowan up until now is they are the way they are because the WWE made them that way. And people like Chad Gable and others have made them that way. So honestly, that was really epic to see that they're really doing the right thing with the Wyatt Six. The next one is the fact that Drew McIntyre lost his temper again with Adam Pearce. He came out after being suspended and he flipping almost heckled Adam Pearce. So Adam Pearce suspended him again, I think. And so honestly, Drew McIntyre, make it official, Adam Pearce, you versus Drew McIntyre. Honestly, it'd be so funny to see that match before CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. Then we had a random match, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark versus Kaden Carter and Katana Chance. It was an alright match, not too bad. Then we had Damian Priest versus Braun Strowman in a non-title match. I don't really know what they're doing with Braun Strowman at the minute. He's kind of just there. Like, they brought him back and he's been involved with the Judgment Day, helping Miz and R-Truth and helping Rey Mysterio and the LWO versus the Judgment Day. But honestly, the guy is a former Universal Champion. He's a former force to be reckoned with. And not former, he is still very much a force to be reckoned with. Like, WWE, you can do so much good with Braun Strowman. Like, book him better. Like, just, he is World Championship material. May not now be one. Like, maybe not now. He may not now be one, but he can be one down the line. He can be World Championship material down the line in a feud. And then this is where I find it to be heart-touching. So Damian Priest and Gunther had a wee bit of a stare down, and they had a wee bit of promos, and Gunther really, really got under Damian Priest's skin. Like, he really brought up his past. And you could see in Damian Priest's eyes, you could see he was trying not to cry. He literally was trying not to cry because of how Gunther was mentioning his past, that he grew up in a bad past, he had a bad history. And it seems to me like Damian Priest, there might be a babyface run coming down the line. Like, there might be a good guy run coming down the line for him once he leaves Judgment Day. Because honestly, Gunther being a heel and getting to him like this, he loses the World Championship at Money in the Bank to Gunther, and then you never know what could happen to him at the Judgment Day. So honestly, it's cooking. It's cooking between Gunther and Damian Priest. It's cooking. Then we had a match between Sonya Deville and Zelina Vega. Just your normal match. Sonya Deville defeated Zelina Vega. So yeah, that was that. Good match. Sheamus defeated Big Bronson Reed. I don't really know what they're doing with Sheamus at the minute, but the fact that Pete Dunne, this is what I didn't understand. This is what many people don't understand. Pete Dunne, actually hit Sheamus from behind and blindsided him and stuff like that. And I think myself, Pete, you used to be Butch. You used to be a part of the Brawl and Bridge, but with him, Sheamus and Rich Holland. So, like, I don't know what WWE's doing with that. So we'll have to see what that is. And then finally, Rhea Ripley challenged Liv Morgan to a match at SummerSlam. So we're getting that match, and Liv Morgan's just cooking this crap. Like, she's just cooking this shit. Like she literally said on the big screen, it was once about, taking everything from you and just taking this championship. And then she mentioned Dom. WWE's cooking with it. She mentioned Dom and the fact she kissed Dom, and she was like, oh, I gotta know him and stuff like that. I gotta kiss him and he deserves better than you. I'm thinking to myself, WWE, you're cooking with this. You're cooking with this. Like, Dominic is, oh my goodness, he's embroiled in one of the biggest flipping beard magnet things. I don't even know how to describe it. He's got Liv Morgan going after him. He's got Rhea Ripley who's pissed off at him because he basically cheated on her while she was away. And then he's got his poor wife at home. And I'm thinking to myself, how did WWE even deal with that? Like, I would love to know. I would actually love to know, though, how WWE go about that. Like, if they're putting together something like this, like a storyline, like something like this, how do they go about telling that wrestler's boyfriend, girlfriend, or wife, yeah, your husband might be, kissing another girl, or your girlfriend might be kissing, like, how do they go about that? I'd love to know. I'd love to know how they don't get in deep shit for that. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, guys. You know what? This video's already been long enough. It's about 18 minutes now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave the SmackDown review to a bit later. Probably tomorrow afternoon I'll have it out. But that was your Money in the Bank review and your Raw review. So thank you all so much for watching. God bless. I'm sorry I haven't been active the last 2 weeks. Just been very, very busy. Unfortunately, I probably won't be posting for another week or two because me and the girlfriend are away to Manchester for a week. So thank you all so much for watching. God bless. And whose game is it? Well, everybody say it. LA Knight, yeah. And hopefully he takes that championship from Logan Paul at SummerSlam, because that is what SmackDown was about last night. Yeah.